and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and thank you for coming along to watch my video. So today I am talking about helping parents of older children, say 4th, 5th, 6th class, because I've more experience in teaching this age group, and I know for parents this might be the age group where the children are thinking, I don't want to sit down and do my maths, I would much rather watch Fortnite or play Fortnite or whatever they may do. So I would stress the importance of not letting this happen. I mean, I don't want to be dramatic about it, but children are losing out on 2 weeks of learning. And, you know, if this was to happen in June maybe, where it's more relaxed, there's sports days, school tours, it wouldn't be quite such a big deal. But we're in March, you know, lots of learning would be taking place if we were in school. So it is important to try and stick to this with your kids. Now obviously I 100% do not recommend that parents start teaching new topics with their children. I think in maths anyway, Irish, possibly English, this could do more harm than good. So that will be for teachers to decide on how they do, or whoever the principals, if it's going to be a case of a virtual classroom or not. But for now, I would suggest just revision, revision, revision. So a good way of doing this is to check back through your child's workbooks. Hopefully their books were sent home with them, and you can check their books. So you'll see that in their maths book, okay, they have done long multiplication, or they have done decimals, they have done fractions, and in their textbook it normally gives a sample as well. So if you were to revise these areas with your kids, make sure to check the sample in the book, because often in the past I have found where parents have taught, or when they're doing homework with their kids, they would use methods that they would have been taught in school, which have changed since and aren't the same as what we would use teaching. So just be careful to use the method that is in your child's copy or book or whichever. So as I said, lots of revision. There's loads of websites offering free resources such as Twinkle, which is brilliant and so generous of them. But before you head to Twinkle, I would really suggest checking your child's workbook so that you know what to download. So if your child has completed the past tense in Irish and Amsher then go to Twinkle, type in Amsher worksheets, loads will come up, and then you can work on these with your child. But just make sure that it's really, you know, structured and it's what they have done. So there's no point in downloading worksheets on the future tense if they haven't done it, or on the lowest common multiple in maths and fractions if they haven't done it yet. So just be very mindful of this. If your child is to take part in a virtual classroom, if some really organised schools have done this, then I would suggest making sure your child gets up and sits down at the computer to do this just like a normal day in school, and make sure that it's, you know, there's no distractions, no phones, no video games, no TV on in the background, that it's actual learning. Because if teachers are doing this, they're putting in an awful lot of time, an awful lot of effort, an awful lot of preparation. So it wouldn't do to have maybe 2 kids log in out of 30. So hopefully that will work for the teachers who are doing it, although I think it's more secondary school or second level that are using this approach. Primary school kids, personally, I think the younger children would find this really difficult, because you need a teacher presence for younger kids. They need to be there in the classroom with you. I don't know how well it would work to have 5, 6, 7-year-olds sitting down in front of a laptop learning. I can't see it working myself. But I do think that lots and lots of revision, practice writing skills. Again, make sure that they're writing as neatly and following all the rules that they would follow in their classroom, and not just, you know, scribbling down anything to go and watch a cartoon. Just try and make sure that they keep to their normal standards when completing their work, and also make sure that they have covered the genre of writing you might do. So a nice one at the moment would be writing to socialise, which is a lovely writing genre, and most schools would have covered it at this stage in the year. So that might be like an Oka Learning shared a post about writing cards or sending letters to grandparents or people in nursing homes, and even to neighbours, to friends. Get the children to practice writing with a purpose. So they're not just writing a story and having it left in a copy or in a page, not to be corrected by a teacher or anything else, but actually writing for a purpose. Someone's going to read it, someone's going to enjoy it and get use out of it. So again, just try make sure that all core subjects are covered each day, Monday to Friday. Obviously this week in my school the kids would have been off until Wednesday anyway, so I wouldn't suggest starting this if your kids were meant to be off. Give them their holiday, give them their time off, and then get started. But do try, where possible, to cover all the core subjects and make sure that kids sit down to do this. I mean, you can give them their screen time afterwards, have it as a reward, a card, but make sure that they sit down and attempt to do some work, because otherwise they may fall behind when they get back. And this is really valuable time for them to revise and to catch up. Maybe if some children were struggling with topics which have been covered up until now is the time for them to really work on those and get back on track. Otherwise, I would just really suggest doing the core subjects in the morning and then working on projects and art and all the fun stuff in the afternoons. And of course, what's most important too for children in this time is to get out into their garden, go to the beach or wherever once you're practicing social distancing, and to get fresh air and spend time outside, spend time with their family, their siblings, and try and enjoy it as well and have some nice memories made, so that when they come back to school, please God, in a few weeks, we can all talk about the fun things we did while we were at home.